Howdy, Kayla, and welcome to the Green Room. We're just getting set up as usual, so, file in, grab your seat, get ready. Got some official questions, got a real live game show happening, so get ready and buckle up. What is happening? Julia, welcome to the show. Again, well, maybe not the real show, but the Green Room. Please come in, find your seats. Keep it down. There's other people here. Be courteous. Thank you for showing up. Welcome to the Green Room. Welcome to the Green Room, Tony. Glad to have you. Once again, not that you heard this the first two times, but come on in, take your seat, be quiet. There's other people here to think of, so unbox your noisy snacks as quietly as possible. And if you haven't already popped the tab on that Four Loko, you might as well, because once we get started, it'll be really distracting. Okay, people, things are coming together, so get ready. Pardon me, a little pre-show hoarseness. Yeah, regular game show. We got some real good questions. There won't be any false starts like The Office or Friends or any of that goofy crap. I promise you that. Just sort of waiting, wondering, wishing, hoping, questing. Just wait for people to show up, and then we'll start rolling, people, because the spot, you'll see it. It's open. You need someone to fill it. If you don't know what spot I'm talking about, you will soon. All right, so let's just go ahead and get everything underway. See you in a minute, people.
Dog. Cat. Mouse. Turtle.
You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the
Welcome to the show. My name is Dave. This is FFOP Radio. I am wearing my sport coat, which can only mean one thing. It's Wednesday, and it's game show night. You can see the open spot. No one there. It is open. Merry Xmas took that place previously. Welcome back after the holidays. It's time to get right into it. But first, let me introduce you to my co-host and producer. Chris is over there out of camera.
Hello.
We are enjoying some lovely homebrew. I've got a peach habanero affair, and Krista has one of our Juicy Lucy's.
Juicy Lucy.
Okay, so Kayla, yeah, I know you love the turtle introduction. I do too. Here's the thing. I don't think... Yeah, because it would be great if I had the mutants, those teenage mutants, if you were doing all of that. But, like, I don't know. The earnest of it all has me, because the reason I know of the Turtles Happy Together is because of Ernest Goes to Camp. He has a turtle in that movie, Box Turtle. It bites his nose several times. But that's the thing. I learned about the Turtles and Happy Together via Ernest and his horrifying compatriots and underlings at that camp that was almost like, here's the thing. If you recut Ernest Goes to Camp, like at the end of it, you could like just change the music, change a couple of cues here and there. And like at the end, you could have Ernest popping up out of a lake to pull a girl into the water, just like the end of Friday the 13th. Like, no shit. That fucking movie is horrifying. Kids are mean. Ernest is nice, and everybody sucks.
It's true. Kids are
only in
mean.
that movie. Like, honestly, when he goes to jail, people are a lot nicer to him. Lyle, he's a fucking murderer. Lyle is his cellmate when he switches places with Nash, who is his evil doppelganger, right? And Lyle's like, you know what? He's not a bad dude. Like at the end, like, spoiler alert, Ernest gets electricity powers because they're literally going to kill him in the electric chair, and they try to, and it doesn't kill him. It gives him electricity powers, but there's precedence because he kept shorting out the floor buffer at the bank he worked at and built up a resistance for the electricity. You guys know how Ernest goes to jail goes. Anyway, guys, that's enough said. So what's going to happen here is I've got some questions here from the 20th anniversary edition of Trivial Pursuit. I don't know how old Trivial Pursuit is now. So there's your warning. I don't know how old Trivial Pursuit is. If this were made today, but it wasn't. I got it at Goodwill for $3 and it was unopened.
Yeah, the seal was still wrapped around it.
It's basically revolving around like the late 90s to early 2000s. So that's, whatever. That's where we're going to be.
There's something charming about movie Jailbirds. The guys in Paddington 2 are just as endearing.
There's, because it's, I don't know, when like Steven Seagal goes to Alcatraz, all those dudes are just, toe tapping. Shit.
Ernest P. Worrell starring in Wes Craven's The Shocker.
Seriously, though, you've seen that movie, Jameson. I know you have. And you know that when he's out and just like, thank God Ernest is pure good, because he would just, like, if he were Nash, like the bad guy, he would do exactly what he did, which is like, maybe the yin and yang of it all. It's like you can't have an absolute good like Ernest without having an absolute bad like Nash. But then you got someone in the middle like Lyle who will kill people, presumably, and threaten people's genitals with heavy weights. Confirmed. But then at the end when he's like, Ernest rather, is like, Lyle, let's get out of here. We're free. And he's like, nah, man, that's not for me. He's like, I belong in here. He's like, I'm a monster. And there's like a heartfelt moment between those, you guys have seen it. You know what I mean, Vern? Come on, Rod.
Tony's getting big ups on himself. He said, y'all are going down. I grew up with this version of Trivial Pursuit.
With the 20th? 20th anniversary? Hot damn. If you grew up with the 20th anniversary, this thing is probably 70 years old. My God. Unsealed for 70 years. I mean, sealed for 70 years. Unopened. Just kidding, Tony.
You know what I mean, Vern? Ernest also would have destroyed the boss's trophy, but it would have been an accident.
Right. Like, holy shit. Like, here's the thing. The perfect holiday movie, not special, right? It's probably Ernest Saves Christmas, We talk about Ernest a lot, people. I don't want him. Here's the thing.
He's going to show up on your thing.
It's already happened. I talk about stuff on the show, mention it once, maybe twice, and I go, fuck it. I'll just talk about it all the time. Because by the time I say it once, or even if I have the thought, here's the thing. My Facebook feed is full of Ernest appreciation posts.
It was Macho Man Randy Savage.
It still is. I'm still getting wrestling shit. And here's the thing. Because everybody maybe, hopefully you've seen that. There's a bunch of photos out there of Jim Varney doing cool shit, like owning a DeLorean or, taking photographs or flying up in a plane or whatever. Super fun. But I'm like, why? What am I doing here?
I think it came out in the 90s. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Pretty sure
yeah.
we had a 20th anniversary edition of My House Growing Up, says Rod.
Right.
All right.
That's the thing. It doesn't look. That's the aesthetic of it looks late 90s. So that's what I'm saying. It's probably like late 90s, early 2000s. But that's where we're going to be at, like right around the turn of millennium. So buckle up, goddammit. The first round is about to commence. We've been doing this for 11 minutes. I'm David Ruprecht. That's Johnny Gilbert. Let's go.
How many points are we doing the first round? 1
point apiece.
Okay.
Okay, and here's the thing, too. These are all obviously like the Trivial Pursuit categories. I don't know what they are. I'm going to look at them, and if I like the question, I'm going to read it to you. Right? I'm the boss.
Jameson says, yeah, you talk teacup and your feed is flooded with Mike's Hard Lemonade and Planet Pizza.
Right? Like I can only drink so much Mike's Hard Lemonade. Sometimes you got to switch over to Mike's Twisted Tea. Am I right? I mean, junior high kids got...
if you mix them.
We like variety. When I was a kid, I would say cranberry hard Mike's, regular lemonade. Give me that twisted tea. As if I didn't drink till I was 22.
I was given my first Smirnoff when I was 12.
I would, here's how you get your kids not to drink, right? Every time my dad had a beer or a glass of wine or something, I said, give me some. And he goes, sure, knock yourself out, take a snootful. And I go, bleh. I hated it because you don't have a palate for it as a kid. So if my kid ever says, I want to take a swig of that, I'd say, knock yourself out. Because he'll do just like I did. Take a sip, go like, this is not yummy, nor is it pleasant or interesting, and I'll never touch it.
Right.
I only did it because of peer pressure, and I'm a weak-willed individual. Guys, stop talking.
Number one.
It's the game. All right. What U.S. state's town of Fairfax churned out every U.S. and Canadian Scrabble tile until 1998? What U.S. state's town of Fairfax churned out every U.S. and Canadian Scrabble tile until 1998? Citation needed.
Your childhood experiences made you not interested in liquor, not like you have a whole separate channel dedicated to making more.
Right, so you have to grow into it. I did not taste it until I was 22, didn't start making it until I was 39, so that's a good arc. Virginia is not the answer, but it's close, I can tell you that. But since you already guessed, you're fucked. Virginia is for lovers, and also for virgins, possibly. Not Connecticut. We are not looking at Oregon.
I know what it is, I think.
Timbuktu.
Maybe.
All right, what do you think it is, Chris? Everybody.
Fairfax, Rhode Island? I don't know why I think Fairfax is in Rhode
Negative.
Island.
There's a lot of Fairfaxes, because here's the thing. Everybody back east has basically every name that's already been used in the UK. Okay, nobody's getting it. It's Vermont. Fairfax, Vermont.
Fairfax, Vermont.
But Fairfax, Virginia is probably the most popular or most famous Fairfax. So there you go. All right. Let's see here.
Number two.
How many seconds does the average patient get to speak before being interrupted by a doctor? According to the David Boyle book, it's multiple choice. So chill out for a second. I'll help you out. 36. No. It's multiple choice. 36 is not one of them. Neither is 12. Neither is 45. So I'm not going to give you the multiple choice.
Yeah, y'all are taking up your answers.
A doctor. How many seconds does the average patient get to speak before interrupted
I'm going to guess before you say it.
Go for it. What do you think it is?
10.
Everybody's way off, P.S. Way off. Way watered down, as we like to say.
I was going to say between 5 and 10, but I know that's not
I don't take a swing. I get a solid number.
5.
Hold on. Answers are still pouring in, and they're all wrong. I can't believe it. The correct answer is 8 seconds.
All right. Well, that was close.
Oh, Julia, right in, but still wrong. Very
And
close.
Julia also answered previously,
Yeah,
I think.
also answered previously, probably, but maybe not. Who
Maybe
knows?
not.
Moral of the story is no one got it. 8 seconds. It's like that Luke Perry movie, right? Or was that 7 seconds? I'm pretty sure it was 8 seconds with Luke Perry. He's a bull rider, people. They have to last 8 seconds. That's a lot of minutes. That's like a whole year.
25,000.
He waits a whole year to interrupt you? I don't want to stay in the doctor's office that long.
That's a long time.
Yowza.
We're all
Okay,
off to a
people.
great start.
I know, you guys are fucking nailing it.
Number
Don't worry
3.
about it. Because these are actual questions, right? They're not like bullshit that I found. Like, these are actual people, you know, people were employed to make these. So, buckle up. Okay, let's do this one. What band was mistakenly billed as the V2s and VR in its early days? I feel like this is very easy. I'm not going to read the question again.
I already missed it.
Boom! Kayla got it. It is U2. They were mistakenly billed as V2 and VR in the early days, which I'm sure Bono really hated.
I'm not a big fan of U2. I can't get into their...
Very few people are.
That
you
and
can tell
Coldplay.
because it was the first thing deleted off of every iPod it was put on. Like I did. All right. Who took exception when Vanity Fair asked if he had the smallest jockstrap in wrestling? Who took exception when Vanity Fair asked if he had the smallest jockstrap in wrestling? P.S. You don't wear jockstraps in wrestling? You wear singlets and or thongs. Not Hulk Hogan. Yeah, the V2 Rockets. They love that shit. Not Dustin McFettridge, but I love that answer. That was his friend who had the wrestling videos, though. Dustin just edited them. But who took exception when Vanity Fair asked if he had the smallest jockstrap in wrestling? Boom! Tony, you got it. It was The Rock. I can't believe the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Woo! No, it was The Rock. I can't, like, who... Whatever. Maybe if you're like a lady, you can ask a dude like if he's got the smallest dick in wrestling, but
Ricky Morton.
Ricky Morton. I love that. All right, people. So far, what is our score?
Kayla and Tony are tied at 1.
Hot damn, we actually got some points on the board. Because remember, guys, this is open. Pretty soon, bam, closed. for right now.
We're open. Oh, the dinosaur.
Don't worry about the dinosaur. Okay, what innovation did Congressman Billy Towson call the SUV of the electricity grid, even though it used only 2% of the U.S. power? What innovation did Congressman Billy Towson call the SUV of the electricity grid, even though it used only 2% of U.S. power?
That's a long question.
But you know what? Julia got it. It was the internet.
The internet.
The internet. What a strange question.
Yes.
All right, but there you go. The windmills were close. No, because it used 2%. It didn't generate 2%. So solar and wind off the table. Talk to James Nguyen, the Birdemic guy, about that. All right. What comedian figured Napalm and Silly Putty was a fitting name for a book in 2001? What comedian figured Napalm and Silly Putty was a fitting name for a book in 2001? George Carlin is correct.
That was going to be my guess.
Classic George Carlin, 7 words and all that. I worry for George Carlin because he stood for so many things, but he's just becoming like somebody quoted like a Monty Python sketch. Sam Kinison, not a bad answer, Rod.
He passed away, right? George Carlin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sam Kinison, both dead.
Oh. And Mitch Hedberg.
And Mitch Hedberg, not mentioned, but also dead. Many
No.
people have died. Richard Jeni, another comedian, he's dead. What game show included odors as a category for the first time in 1988? 2009. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Not coming to dinner.
What game show included odors as a category for the first time in 1988? Kayla, you got it. It is Jeopardy. Bingo, bango. Yeah, the rest of these are like, meh, too easy, because I feel like you guys are fucking nailing it, even though we had like kind of a sputtering start right there at the front. The Newlywed Game, close, Rod. No cigar, though. Phew, what? Okay, how about this?
101 Double Dare.
What Iberian people fear? What the fuck?
Why are you reading the hard questions?
Because the answer was interesting to me, and I thought, well, why not? Okay, screw that. Whose form-fitting outfits earned him the nickname? Buckle up, people. Whose form-fitting outfits earned him the nickname Lord of the Pants? Lord of the Pants. Remember that guy?
No.
How do you not? I've never seen Jeopardy either, Jameson, but that's what we got. Not Vincent Ambrosio. You're way off. Way off. It was Flatley, Kayla. Michael Flatley, Lord of the Dance. For a solid, what was it, like 8 months? Everybody was into Michael Flatley. It was fucking Irish dancing everywhere. Everybody was buying Celtic music, and those, like, the CDs were on sale literally everywhere.
Never heard of him. Read us the IBC root beer question, says Kayla.
The IBC root beer? That's not, it's not though. What Iberian people fear the nightmare goblin in Guma? Thought to strangle folks in their sleep. There's your question, Kayla. What Iberian people fear the nightmare goblin in Guma? Thought to strangle people in their sleep. Close, Julia, actually. Cyrax is hilarious. Half a point to Fosco for the Cyrax comment. Fucking hilarious. No. The goblin. No, because Cyrax, he strangles grandmothers when their backs are turned. Mm-hmm. He doesn't strangle people in their sleep. He couldn't leave the house. David Carradine! Oh, hey! Funny, but also true.
What's the answer? Portugal?
No.
Oh.
The townsfolk of Troll 2. Hello, the Nilbog. Nilbogians? Also no.
Nilbog.
It's the Basques.
Oh.
Basques, people. Feel good about that, Caleb?
3 countries on the peninsula, right?
Basques. There you go. All right. Here we go. What pop superstar holds a U.S. patent on shoes that attach to a stage, allowing the wearer to lean in apparent defiance of gravity? Who
can type fastest?
Here's the thing. I love MJ is correct. Fosco, you nailed it. Michael Jackson.
Jankson?
Michael Jackson. I love a good John Carradine reference over a David Carradine reference. Like, if you can quote me some Night Train to Mundafine, we can talk, but, you know, whatever.
The episode of Red Letter Media where they talk about David, or there's a couple they do, but the one that he's in with the weapon, the hose.
Oh,
thing,
no, yeah.
it's fucking hilarious.
Spiral Fitness or something?
Yeah.
Gary, Indiana. Whoa. You guys ever watch Gary, Indiana? Classic. Way ahead of its time, P.S.
This is going to be the 10th question of the round.
Buckle up, people. It's the last question of the round, so start answering better. You know, I don't want to come down on you guys too hard, but I'm the host and you guys are the contestants. You guys should be answering. Oh, yeah, Riff Tracks always goes hard at Carradine. Come on.
Yeah, with the board dog in the background.
Right, yeah. Spiral Fitness, he like hits himself on the head with it and shit. Like,
and that one woman that's like super good at it, oddly.
Good at it.
Well, like for what it is, I mean.
I took martial arts for over a decade. Never did they hand me something roughly the size and shape of like a blown up elbow macaroni and go like, hey, do what feels natural. No, they basically wanted us to keep hitting each other and or stretching. They didn't let us like fuck around with noodles, right? Because it's not a thing. Whatever. Anyway, buckle up, people. What nation held 77 billion barrels of oil, the Western Hemisphere's largest reserves, by 2001? P.S. It destroyed their economy. Who is it? What nation held 77 billion barrels of oil, the Western Hemisphere's largest reserve, by 2001, and they did not diverse? Bingo! You got it, Tony. It was Venezuela. Utterly destroyed their fucking economy because you don't put all your eggs in one basket, even though that would, if they were actual eggs and you were going from market to home, you'd use one basket.
So that is the end of round 1. We've got Kayla with 3, Tony with 2, Julia with 2, Fosco 1.5.
Nice. All because he knows a way to a man's heart, and that's Lil Cows. Coming up in round 2, the questions will be mostly the same. However, the points are centupled. If it were quintupled, it'd be 4, right? Oh, that's 5. Quadrupled is 4. Quintupled is 5. It's 5 points a fucking question, people. And here we go. You guys love her. I love her too. What TV diva had stomped off 2 Aaron spelling shows by the age of 30? What TV diva still on like magazine racks? Like, walk through Target, her face is still on like people being like, what's she up to? Who the fuck cares? What TV diva? Who was it? Shannon Doherty is correct. Shannon Doherty. Her eye is always trying to escape, according to myth and legend. I don't know. Might be true, might not be. Let's see here. Nah. Ooh, maybe. No. Nope. Don't like that one. All right. Who returned in 1996 to the company he co-founded for a much touted yearly $1 wage plus the less publicized stock options and plane?
And plane?
And plane. Who returned in 1996 to the company he co-founded? It is Steve Jobs. $1 a year, but he did take stock options and a plane.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If I were going to do something like that, of course I'd say, yeah, I'll save Apple for $100 a year. Everybody's moms and dads who don't know how to use Android need a phone, and I smell and wear sweaters. So I'll take your
Forrest Gump.
Bobby Bonilla? Or is that Bonilla? Am I pronouncing it wrong?
Yeah, you gotta do that.
It was Lee Iacocca. Or who did the, yeah, it was John DeLorean. That's who it was. Oh, you guys love geography, so good news, I got a geography question for you. What Bavarian city is said to have 5 seasons? Spring, summer, fall, and Oktoberfest. What Bavarian city said to have 5 seasons? The 4 you know, plus Oktoberfest. It's a city. Bingo, Tony. You got it. It is Munich. It is not Fairfax, Bavaria.
Fairfax.
That's where everybody's European Scrabble tiles were produced until 1994. So please, I keep that in mind. What the fuck? All right, whatever. This, I mean, maybe this was relevant at the time. I feel like this is like, is water wet? Yes or no? But here you go. What's the name of the Animal Planet's effusive crocodile hunter? Maybe pre-posthumously, it would have been a hard question. But that's a not a question, but that's a hint for you. Steve Irwin is correct, Julia. Sad, sad times. His kids
Kayla got it first.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, my bad. Again, I'm drinking. Yep, Steve Irwin, super sad. His kid's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, what Red Letter Media, since they came up, legacy whatevers? Paul Hogan is a great answer. What do you guys feel about legacy artists and or Nepo babies?
Oh, right.
Stephen
the
King's
Nepo baby
son,
thing.
like everybody
Yeah.
who is famous pops out a kid, and either like Tom Hanks' son.
Yeah.
He's got two. He's got Colin Hanks doing the thing, and then whatever Hanks that no one hates or no one likes, everybody hates, and is a douchebag.
Isn't that like the same with the Sheens?
Yahoo Serious isn't bad. Well, the Sheens and the Estevezes are the same. So you have Martin Sheen, Joe Estevez, Emilio Estevez, and Charlie Sheen. I wouldn't say any of them are let's go Mario.
I came in at Steve Irwin. Does this mean that this is easy enough for me to win?
I mean, if you know who Steve Irwin is. Here's the thing. Answer this. What surgery is the only sure way to end male pattern baldness according to the book Hair, Man's Historic Quest to End Baldness? What surgery is the only sure way to end male pattern baldness according to the book Hair, Man's Historic Quest to End Baldness? You're not going to get this. I get
Euthanasia.
why, but no, you will not get this. It is not hair transplantation. It is not euthanasia, although that will stop your hair from falling out.
That's true.
Possibly.
Shampoo.
Not shampoo. Shampoo makes my hair fall out more.
Plugs? Is plugs? Higher plugs?
So, Dr. Wolin's wigs, a lobotomy. These are getting warmer, but not quite.
Scalpectomy.
So, this might be a lie, but Pop Science has told me that the reason men go bald is because you overproduce testosterone, which makes your hairline go all kinds of crazy shit. So the only surefire way to stop your hair from falling out is castration. You remove the balls, no testosterone to make the hair fall out.
I
Which
mean,
kind of makes sense because
it's
all the
not
bald
wrong,
dudes I've
probably.
ever known have been the super horniest. So there's that for you. I mean, not for me. They tell me about the sex they have, and I go, oh, whoa. Or sometimes they did it in front of me. I can tell that story later if you like.
We've all heard it, right?
Some people haven't. I bet Jameson wants to hear about the time someone had sex in front of me in a hotel room.
Allison might too.
No, I don't want to hear that. It was a fucking horrible night. I was very angry. Anyway, what nation's residents eat Vasilop... Oh, fuck. Let me try this again. What nation's residents eat Vasilopita cake on New Year's, hoping to bite into a lucky coin?
Ow. Break your tooth.
What nation's residents eat Vasilopita cake on New Year's, hoping to bite into a coin? It is not Russia, but that is a good guess.
Julia says, I'd like to hear it.
Lolcalvania, close. You know, Blue Spike was from Mulvania. If you like local knowledge. Wonkaville is incorrect. Greece, however, is correct.
Yeah, I heard pita and I immediately thought of Greece.
Yeah, so here's the thing. It is Greece.
Oops, sorry.
Vasilopita cake, lucky coin, yada, yada, yada. However, I knew a Greek family, and boy, oh boy, are they one to shower you with kisses, and they're very touchy. Dude, this dude's name was George. Greek dude, you know, very much like Opa, like hugging and kissing and always grabbing you, and had a nice wife that's always cooking food. Very outrageous people, the Greeks. Although, you know what? They probably run the gamut just like everybody else, but the ones that I've known have been ostentatious.
Allison says, okay, you guys are fucking with me now. I came in at Steve Irwin and now we're here. And Julia asked, if I win, can I request the story instead of my name on the board?
If you win, yes, I'll tell that story. Everybody's heard that story, though, but whatever. People like reruns.
When he got married, did he have a big fat wedding?
He had a huge fat wedding. Anyway, guys, yeah, so sorry, Allison. Sometimes I like to mix things up with the geography question, because if the answer is someplace I like or sounds good...
Or has a story for it.
Or if I have a story for it. Like this. What nation burned and cleared an amount of forest the size of Belgium annually in the 90s? Where could that possibly happen? Who has enough landmass to burn and clear an amount of forest the size of Belgium annually in the 1990s? Tony, you got it. It's Brazil. Pompeii was already blown up. You got it wrong, Kayla. It wasn't Russia. No forest there either. Brazil was, 1990s. I remember I had a teacher in like the 3rd grade, 4th grade area who was not only a vegetarian, but like really into eco-activism and shit, like to an insane degree. And so I knew about like all the stuff happening in the Brazilian rainforest and like how dogs were having to test cigarettes. And I'm like, I'm in the 3rd grade. Why do I have to know this?
State of California.
All right, yeah, the state of California. What 1991 grunge anthem refers to a real brand of deodorant? And I'm surprised people don't know this. What 1991 grunge anthem refers to a real brand of deodorant? A deodorant yours truly wore in the early 90s. It is Smells Like Teen Spirit. Kayla, you nailed it. People go, what's Teen